Hey, this is Rob with Road Dirt, and I'm with my friend Jake McDonald here at his shop, Flying Brothers Motorcycle Parts and Accessories in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to talk about and we're going to demonstrate proper clutch cable adjustment and replacement if it needs that. So we've got our demo bike is this one that I keep having come back to me from time to time, a 2002 Suzuki SV650S, first gen, as some of those that are aficionados and love those bikes are called. And we're gonna do some clutch cable adjustment on this because I've yet to get good at that, and there's nobody better to teach an old dog like me some new tricks of clutch cable adjustment than this guy. So Jake, what's the importance? Why is it important to have a clutch cable properly adjusted?
Well, if it's too loose, it's not going to engage right. Clutch isn't going to engage. Too tight, it's just going to burn your clutch up.
Just to burn the plates out.
Yeah, so going to burn the plates out, and I mean you'll eventually smell the oil getting hot in there.
No.
You'll smell it definitely. So
You'll know if you're burning your clutch out.
Yep.
So
it's definitely good to have proper clutch adjustment.
Now, and on traditional clutch cables that are braided cable on the inside, they get out of it. They get stretched out over time, don't they? So you have to kind of be mindful of it.
It's a good thing to lube your cables too, frequently. I just use this Motion Pro Red Line stuff.
Oh yeah,
It works really good.
And just squirt it down the cable and work it.
They make a little tool that, like without taking the cable off and everything, they make a tool that clamps right on.
That'll clip on in there, and you can squirt it into that.
Spray that in there.
Yeah.
And just lubes the cable pretty good. So.
I've got one. I've just yet to use it.
Yeah.
So
it works really good, and it definitely makes a big difference.
Big difference, big time. Well, we're gonna get into this. See if I can show you here. We're gonna get into the clutch of this. Now, there's two adjustments typically on clutch cable, motorcycles. I've also got a bike at the house, a Yamaha Royal Star, that's a hydraulic clutch, and that's a whole different thing for another day. But where do you make the big adjustments at?
Down here.
Down low.
Yeah.
You start with, and then you make your fine tunings up on the handlebars. Well, let's take a look at this.
Can you have a new cable?
I do actually, yeah, in case we need it. So
I'm gonna adjust it all in here.
Adjust it all the way in. How do you adjust it in? I mean, what do you got to do here to adjust it all the way in?
So just bring this.
Is that like a little?
Yep, it's pretty much like a lock. That's
locking.
a lock, and then this is really your adjustment. That's the adjustment on the cable.
Okay.
And just bring that all the way in.
And you go clockwise to bring it in. And what does that do? Does that tighten the cable up down low as well, all the way in?
Yeah, so this is pretty much just loosening and everything up. Like there's no tension on the cable at all.
I see. Yeah, you got.
So when you bring it out, it's gonna put tension up here on this part.
All right.
So there's like a little notch there, and this piece pretty much pushes it out, and then it brings tension on the cable. So you have tension on the lever. But I like to loosen everything up, make sure everything's loose.
And then this is where the big adjustments take place.
So down here, we're gonna loosen the lock nut.
All right.
Then we're gonna bring pretty much what we want to do up there. We're gonna do down here and bring this out.
So you loosen it up top and bottom.
Yep. So pretty much bring this up.
That one there, you go up by going counterclockwise,
yes.
Right? So you're clockwise up top on the small adjustments, and you're counterclockwise.
Or you can pretty much just loosen these two up. Pretty much what I do. Loosen that up and just push it up. Bring this down.
And then use the top lock one.
Yep. And then just bring the bottom up. Kind of tighten it.
Now And why would you? It's a good observation you made before we started rolling here. Is that someone get you to tell us again? Why do you consider it good to
make the major adjustment down here?
Yeah, to tighten this up. I mean, or to bring it up completely right down here to start with.
So you have, because this is more your finer adjustment up here on the clutch lever. So I feel like you want to adjust it as much down here, and then you just have more adjustment up here.
So you leave yourself a lot more adjustment up here for fine tuning if you're out of track or you're out riding or whatever. Because over time they do, I guess they do stretch some. So
yeah, I mean it takes a good amount of riding to stretch a cable.
Does it?
But it's always good to definitely lube your cables. It's definitely a good thing.
I don't know that this one has ever been lubed, so that may be something that I'll need to do.
Come up here and just bring this adjustment out, and you'll feel that the lever wants.
So now you're backing out. You've made the adjustment down low, and now you're backing out here. Oh, I can see the tension. Yeah.
So I do believe this cable is pretty stretched. Just how much we're going, how much we're going out. But I mean, we do have good tension on there, but we do. That's a lot of play.
That's a lot of gap, right?
Yeah.
What's a good amount of play for just people gauging visually like that don't have some kind of a measurement tool?
Usually, I just take like a nickel.
Yeah.
Put a nickel in there. That's a good gauge.
Nickel head right there, huh? A nickel, the diameter, the width of one.
Yep, and that's pretty much where we're at.
And then you lock that back down.
Yep, lock that back down, and then that's pretty much it.
So does that feel pretty good to you?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. The only thing is we're pretty much maxed out on our adjustment.
So on this one,
that gives me a reference of that the cable's pretty stretched.
So this one is gonna. It can go a little bit longer on this cable, but it's going to need a new cable soon.
Yep.
And when you install a new cable, you work that out. Pull it. I guess you unscrew it completely, pull it out, and then just top and bottom loosen everything.
Take it out from the lever. This clutch cable is going to run down up underneath the gas tank.
Yeah.
So we need
runs right down along here.
Honestly, we probably could get away with this bike because it's pretty open. Yeah. Not to take anything off.
Yeah.
Honestly, it would be pretty easy on this bike.
Which is why I've got it for future reference. But well, good. So by way of review, you run it in completely up here, and then you clockwise, and then you completely tighten this up counterclockwise. You pull in the adjustment. What is that? The threaded piece right there.
The threaded piece.
Whatever it's.
The adjustment.
The threaded. Yeah. The threaded adjustment. Screw it all the way in and then tighten it down, and then you can fine tune back up here again, which is what Jake did. Well, that's not as hard as I thought it would be. Good deal.
Do you want to put the new cable on there?
What do you think?
I mean, we can. I mean, it's fairly easy.
All right. Well, we've made a demo here. This is a demo piece about making the adjustments on it. If we need to go ahead and put another one in, I've got it. May as well go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
Because I'm not even gonna have to take the tank off. I actually like this bike because it's very open.
Yeah. Semi-naked. Yeah, man. So I bought a Motion Pro clutch cable for it, and that's what Jake's going to install. We're going to go through a quick tutorial on how to install one. So when you've got an open, let me swing around here. When you've got an open bike like this one, not a lot of fairing. It should be a fairly straightforward, just snaking it through the framework kind of job here.
Here's the part number for this bike. Is 04-0220.
For those of y'all that are SV fans, that's it. So basically, like Jake was saying earlier, if you're getting ready to install a new one, make sure you lubricate the chain, because Motion Pro doesn't necessarily lubricate it before they send it, right?
No.
So
this stuff says shake well before use, so.
And then just
squirt it down in the cable.
Squirt it right down in there, and then just work it.
Just work it in there
until you get it coming out the other side.
Yep.
Where is it? There it is.
That's probably some drops.
Yeah.
And it'd probably be hard to see, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, just spray a little bit down in there.
Till you.
And the proper tool makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's true. So. And Motion Pro actually they make a little piece. It's about. Have you got one?
I don't have one.
I've got one at the house. I may add that to the clip when we get back. But it's a little piece that you can buy that clamps right on the end, and you tighten it down on it, and then you squirt the lubricant into it, and it forces it down the length of the cable housing. So I know what you're talking about. I need to start using it.
Works a little bit better than putting that down in there.
Although I did pretty good, man. That worked out well.
Yeah, you just gotta spray a little bit at a time.
Yeah. All right, so now he's going to get everything loose.
And a good way to, because like if you back this off, this locking, sometimes it's kind of hard to like turn this. Right. So you actually want to like take the cable, this piece, and pull back, and it takes the tension off of it, and it's easier to turn. So get that all the way. Press it in. Go down here. Loosen these. Pretty much just back that all the way off.
Just let it slide all the way down.
And then we're going to want to come back up here. On this, we are going to have to take the lever off. So I believe that is a 10. That's a 10 also.
So the lever's got to come off of this so we can get to the cable in there. Out it comes.
So just take the cable, and you gotta line the notches up on the lock and the adjustment.
Let me see here.
Kind of see the notch there.
Yeah.
And then they also have a notch.
So you line up the on the lock and on the adjuster.
Yep.
So you can slide the cable.
Yep. Slide it through. Right. Take the clutch lever. Just pulls right out of there. And then pretty much pull it through.
Boom.
Just like
and
that.
It's off on that end. Nice.
clutch cable just runs down through the triple trees, down along. We'll just be able to pull it.
Yeah.
We're actually going to take this rubber piece off.
Take the rubber cover off of it. Yep.
And actually this end pretty much just slides in the clevis there.
Yep.
You slide it out. And you'll just want to pretty much just back this all the way off. But let's...
Alright.
I want to just back this all the way off.
Turn it and turn it and turn it until you're able to.
Yep.
Because that
Yep,
threaded adjuster is going to have to come up.
Pretty much come all the way out.
Yeah. All right, what we've done now, Jake has gotten that threaded adjustment piece all the way out. Had to screw it out of the housing right there. And now
the cable will just slide right out of there.
Slides out of the slot.
Yep.
And then you just pull it through, right?
Yep, just pull it through. And the cable goes up over this frame. This frame
on the SV goes
yep.
over a frame bracket there.
And so you just want to make sure you have it running right. And actually, so we're actually gonna probably pull it right down through there. Just like
and
that.
Out with the old. Yep. So that one's pretty much worn out, huh?
Yep. Yeah, and you can kind of see like how the cable's kind of formed itself. Or like the new one. It's like a little kink there.
Yeah. The old and the new.
Yeah. Get the new one put in.
All right. All right, so Jake's going to actually snake the large adjustment end, the engine casing end. We'll run it in through up by underneath the triple tree and follow the frame down with it.
Just runs down along the frame.
Hopefully it'll be an easy job. Snaking it through all that. It is one of the benefits of the SV models is that even on the SVS it's fairly open.
It's pretty open.
There you go.
Just snake it down like that and switch that. And we're gonna go down under
a frame slider.
Yep. And it actually goes behind there.
Dang, man, that was a fairly simple, straightforward snaking.
So we're gonna back the bottom nut out.
Okay.
And then kind of bring it up. And we're just pretty much just gonna bring the cable down, slide it through the slot. And it looks like this cable might be wrong.
Oh no! They didn't send me the correct one, maybe?
I don't think they did. Yeah, look at the thread difference.
Alright. Well, maybe it is the same, actually. Well, that's good.
Because before it screwed out.
Yeah. I think it'll work.
Yeah.
So here's where we actually, once you get it snake through. Now we hook everything back up, and we'll actually tighten it up the same way you did the first cable in.
Yep. So bring the bottom nut up through the cable. Let's just get that on there.
Right.
Little clevis just pops right in there. And we're gonna go back up.
This is where you'll make we got to get it all back together first.
So we're gonna get the lever back put on there. Kind of just put it in there.
There we go.
Boom, just like
Snap
that.
it back in.
But first, we need to get the cable in there. What? Just like that. And then just take the lever, boom, just like that.
And then cinch that up and be ready to start the adjustment process. All right, so the lever is back installed and cable's been snaked all the way through. Now you've already got this one pulled, you've already got the cable pulled all the way in, right?
Yes. So it's all the way on the loose.
It's always on, everything. It's completely pulled in, so it's completely loose. And then, just like we did with the first cable, what he's going to do is do the major adjustment
Down here.
right down here. Tighten everything up right down here.
So kind of work the cable. It's going to be a little bind up, so just work the cable, and it'll go right in that. So just take the little clevis, get it snug there. Bring this all the way up. Pretty much until you have like good tension. Bring that up. Probably even go a little bit more.
Run it up as high as you can.
Yep.
And then secure it. That is. Yep. And there's the big adjustment.
You'll be able to feel the tension on this, and you don't want to be pulling too much.
Right.
But you want to have it to where it's pretty snug. And then you'll go back up here and run this out. So kind of here, kind of pull the cable out, adjust it like that. That's about good. And you can see how much shorter the adjustment is compared to the other.
Oh yeah, man,
the other
major
cable.
difference. That cable was probably the original cable on it.
Yep. So if you actually feel it, that's pretty much.
You've got about a nickel width worth of play in it
Honestly,
before you feel it catching, right?
probably loosen it up a little bit more. So you don't want it too tight.
Right.
But you also got to think this cable is going to stretch over time because
Yeah.
it is new. But that's about good. I would leave it there.
Good deal, man. And then just snug everything down, top and bottom, right?
Just come back down here and see. Make sure everything's snug.
I've got the cover for this, by the way, at the house, so I'll snap the cover. It's a little plastic cover that you screw back in place when I get back home with it.
And that's pretty much it.
Good deal. And that is clutch cable adjustment and replacement. Check it out, man. All right, so that has been clutch cable adjustment and clutch cable replacement in one video, courtesy of our man here, Jake McDonald of Flying Brothers in Lawrenceville. So check it, comment down below, add any questions if you want to, and let's start a discussion about clutch cable management, clutch cable adjustment, and clutch cable replacement. So Jake, appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Opposite hand since I'm running this thing, and this is Rob Brooks with Road Dirt signing out. Thanks for tuning in.
guys.
Thank y'all. Yeah, absolutely.